Morning, Chuds. So as promised, in the last video, I don't know what order I'm releasing these in. I said I would be watching this video. I know nothing about Ryan's World, except here's a brief little search I did. So I just searched up. Basically, I want to see when the first video was released. Because look at this channel, 40 million subscribers. This channel came out in freaking 11 years ago. 11 years ago, that was 2015. I keep saying 2020. It's just so it rolls off my tongue now. But 2015, the kid, he started at the kid is 14 now. Oh, it says it right there. Started at age 3. Like his parents were recording him doing toy reviews at 3 years old. Like that's kind of insane to me. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It kind of reminds me of like some other like channels, like family vlog channels, like this other channel I saw when I was younger. Kitty's Mama. Yeah, with these kids. This is 40. Oh, I thought it said 40 million. Yeah. This was oh man, this is some old YouTube right here. If you know, you know. But it was cool. a little fun era of YouTube, I guess. But we're gonna watch this video to see what's going on with these parents of Ryan's World. Yeah, that straight chud maxing, I guess. I don't know.
Guys, you won't believe how fast Ryan's parents just burned down their own empire. These two people, who once made their little kid the most famous face on YouTube, are now sitting inside a collapsing house of fame. First, they've lost almost 70% of their total revenue, and their movie flopped so bad it lost over 9.5.
I get scammed into watching a friggin' AI. Whatever. All right, fine. We'll watch the AI video. Wait, what's this? Ryan's World's parents got what they deserve. Okay. I might switch to this video because I don't really like
$5 million. Yeah, the same family who used to earn millions every month.
I don't like the guy's voice.
Ryan's World made his parents over $34 million at just 4 years old. But now, 10 years later, their entire empire is crumbling. A multi-million-dollar movie that completely flopped, being investigated by federal authorities for misleading children, and Ryan himself, now 13 years old, making it very clear he does not want to be doing this anymore. So when you look at everything his parents...
I wouldn't want to do it anymore either. I mean, he already got the bag. Richest kid in the world. Not the richest, but I mean, like, what's the point? Like, you're like being a grown adult, basically. Not an adult. He's a teenager, a child. But like being that age at that point, you're like, all right, this is what my parents did. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing, type thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's see what they have to say.
This downfall, yeah, it feels very deserved. So let's break down how Shion and Loan Kaji built a $1 billion YouTube empire off their own son, and how their own greed slowly destroyed it. So to understand how bad things got, you have to understand how it all began, because it didn't start with greed, at least it didn't look like it. In 2015, Ryan is 3 years old and absolutely obsessed with YouTube. He's been watching channels like EvanTube HD, another channel run by a kid who unboxes toys and plays games, and he tells his mother he wants to do the same thing. His parents thought, why not? So his mother takes him to a toy store, he picks out a Lego train set, they film the whole thing, and for a while the channel grows slowly, nothing crazy, just a family having fun. And then came the video that changed everything. A giant Lightning McQueen surprise egg, packed with over 100 Disney card toys. Ryan's reaction is pure unfiltered excitement, the kind of joy that you genuinely cannot fake at 3 years old. The video goes on to accumulate over 1.2 billion views. Yes, I said that, billion. This genuinely transformed the Kaji's family lives overnight. They went from a regular household in Texas into one of the biggest kid YouTube channels. And this was a very important moment right here, because at this point, Shion and Loan face a choice that every parent in their position has to face. Do you treat this as a wonderful, lucky moment that your child gets to enjoy, or do you look at these numbers, do the math?
You see the numbers and you get the bag. That's the only reasonable thing to do, I guess.
See the potential, and start thinking about what comes next. And the Kajis made their choice pretty quickly and took things very seriously. Within months of that video blowing up, the channel's growth became exponential. Brand deals came in, sponsorship offers, merchandise proposals, and Shion and Loan, a structural engineer and a high school chemistry teacher, made the decision to quit their jobs entirely and go all in on Ryan. On the surface, this may sound like supportive parenting, backing your kid, ahead, believing in them, but look at what they actually built, and this kind of framing falls apart very fast. They formed Sunlight Entertainment.
God, I didn't know they had that many channels. I probably have milk all over my lips. I didn't know they had all these channels. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or is it 10 channels, or is it stages of these channels? Like, is this one channel here, this plaque into that plaque, this plaque into that plaque, that into, Jesus Christ, oh my goodness, that's a whole team, or what? Like, they have teams. It's just a kid. It's just a kid opening boxes. It'd be like, oh my God, this is the new Optimus Prime Ben 10 Omnitrix. Nah, they got what, 40 people in this room?
A full production company. At its peak, the operation employed over 30 people. If you think about it, it's very
Dude, this guy is I've never mind.
crazy.
I wasn't gonna say anything bad, just okay, whatever.
30 people on full salaries, benefits, production costs and equipment, a massive financial machine that needed constantly feeding. And there was only one person whose name was above the
Do you see this? That's crazy. It's a whole crew. Like a production crew. What the Wait, okay, what's this camera for? If there's a big old camera right there. Yo, she really thinks she's doing something.
door, Ryan Karji, a literal child. At their peak, the Karjis were running more than 10 channels simultaneously, and across those channels they were producing up to 25 videos every single week, which if you really think about it, is kind of sad. Ryan went from being another ordinary child to a superstar. His whole house and all the rooms were gutted and converted into professional filming sets. Lighting rigs, camera equipment, props everywhere. His home stopped being a home and became a workplace, and his entire life became work. Ryan's daily life, breakfast, playtime, trips to the stores, became content. Everything he did
No, the kid's living in the Truman Show.
was filmed and monetized. And at this point, it started to look like Ryan wasn't enjoying the life of a child. His parents were using him as a cash cow. So by 2018, Ryan Karji was the highest paid creator on YouTube. Not the highest paid child creator, literally the most earned on the entire platform. $26 million in a single year. And he was just 7 years old. And he continued to hold that title again in 2019 and in 2020.
I remember seeing this list, or not this exact list, but lists somewhat like this. Oh no, this is like earnings. I thought it was gonna be like subscriber numbers, because I was, unfortunately, a really big PewDiePie fan. So I was always like comparing him to like the other channels, and then in my head I was always like, oh man, he's got to beat these big corporation channels like Dude Perfect or something. I think they're run by like a private equity firm or something. And I was like, oh, we got to support PewDiePie so he can beat them. It was so dumb, man.
Consecutive years as the highest earning person on the platform. And this wasn't only from YouTube. This came from the empire of products that included Walmart toy lines, Colgate toothpaste collaborations, mobile games, Macy's Thanksgiving parade balloon, and many, many more. But with all these numbers about how much money they were making started coming out, things started to become very weird. Because when you think about it, a $1 billion brand built on a child's face and a child's labor, well, there's no guarantee that this money will ever become his. Unlike child actors in Hollywood, who have had earning protections in place since California passed the Coogan Law back in 1939, child influencers had virtually no legal protection at all. Every single dollar Ryan generated legally belonged to his parents. All of it. Ryan had no trust fund being set aside and no legal guardian protecting his financial interests.
Okay, so where does it get bad though? Because I mean, if all the money's going to the parents, that's still not like a bad thing necessarily. I mean, he is a child, a literal child. What's a kid gonna do with $1 bajillion? Can't even can't drive a car, can't buy a house, can't. What else is American dream like? I don't know. Beaches are free.
Literally nothing. He was the golden goose and the cage had no laws around it. And things only continued to get worse. As the channel grew and the business scaled up, the content changed. Because what started as a kid genuinely playing with toys he loved, slowly, quietly shifted into something else entirely. His videos had sponsored segments, brand deals were sneakily added into videos, and products were placed into Ryan's hands. Toys, food items, toothpaste, games, and Ryan would place play with them, react to them, endorse them. And his audience, which is of course mostly toddlers and preschoolers between the ages of 2 and 6, had absolutely no idea to understand what was happening. Think about the audience for a second. These are children who still believe in the Tooth Fairy, Santa, and so on. Children who cannot read. Children who literally look at Ryan as a kid, just like them. Excited and happy and relatable, trusting him completely.
Yes,
when Ryan picks up a toy and says he loves it, those kids believe him. Then they go to their parents and ask for that exact toy. But the massive problem here was, these ads weren't disclosed. They were built into the play. There was no clear label, no separation between what videos were Ryan actually enjoying something and just an advertisement. And it wasn't long before critics, parents, consumer advocates, child psychologists started raising the alarm that this was not ethically right. And it was potentially illegal. So in 2019, the Federal Trade Commission and the New York Attorney General launched one of the largest digital enforcement actions in American history. The target is Google and YouTube. The charge is violating COPPA, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, by collecting personal data from children without parental consent and using that data to serve targeted advertisements. The fine was $170 million, 136.
I think I remember this rule coming down. Not exactly, but I think it's what made videos change into like being just for kids, and then you couldn't like comment on videos or something. Or maybe that's a different YouTube. I just know YouTube has made a bunch of different rules, and I kind of hate all of them. Not all of them, but some of them make sense. But like they've had some really annoying ones come out.
Million to the FTC and 34 million to the New York Attorney General, the largest COPPA settlement ever recorded. And it was so big because YouTube knew what they were doing. Everyone knows that these children's channels are watched primarily by young children, but rather than treating those viewers as a protected class they legally were, YouTube served them targeted ads based on behavioral tracking data, web cookies following children across the internet, personal data being harvested from kids who were barely old enough to hold a tablet.
It's always this data collection stuff. Wait, let me bring that back up. It's always this data collection stuff, and I'm pretty sure they still do it now, but they probably just found a loophole to get around it. Because I mean, dude, I watched a couple videos on YouTube about something, and then like a couple days later, I'll get a bunch of ads all over my Instagram for it or something. Not even Instagram, or they all feed into each other, but I don't know.
Data being harvested from kids who were barely old enough to hold a tablet, all to maximize ad revenue. The ruling forced immediate changes to the platforms. Comments were disabled across children's content, targeted advertising was severely restricted, and crucially, YouTube's recommendation algorithm was recalibrated to stop aggressively promoting kids' channels the way it had been. For the Khaji's, the impact was catastrophic. Loan confirmed it herself in an interview. They lost 70% of their revenue practically overnight.
So after the target ad was removed, our revenue went down by 70%. After just that day. So
what was this day for people that don't have context?
Okay, so the FTC, I guess, prohibited the target ads for the made for kids content from YouTube after a certain point, and that the target ad it takes the big role on the YouTube, and after that point, that's the majority of the revenue, the ad revenue. So after that was taken out from the kids content, we lost revenue of 70%.
And when you think about it, this destroyed the operation of Sunlight Entertainment. They had 30 employees, multiple channels, and so many production costs. And now overnight, 2/3 of its previous income completely disappears. And this had an effect on Ryan.
That's actually kind of crazy. Like having that whole production team, I feel like the whole like charm of YouTube is how like effortlessly some of the videos are done. Like there's not like I do appreciate when people put a lot of effort into their videos because it's fun to watch, but at the same time it's like if it looks just like TV, or how I don't even watch TV anymore, but if it looks just like a TV production, then it's like it loses that charm, like that personal connection. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird. Again, it's just weird there's a whole team behind a kid's channel.
Because this meant the financial pressure went up, which meant they had to pump out more content, take more brand deals, and do literally everything for an extra penny. And around this same time, the Khaji's rebranded Ryan Toys Review to Ryan's World.
So the bad news is there will be no more Ryan's Toys Review. But the good news is that we're still gonna make videos. Yay! we're just gonna change the channel name, and now it's gonna be called Ryan's World. We're changing the
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because I was searching up Ryan's toys and I was like, what? Where's this channel at? And I saw Ryan's World and I was like, okay.
channel name because we don't just do toy videos, we do science experiments, and we do challenges like the floor is lava.
It was framed as the channel growing and evolving, but behind the scenes it was more damage control, an attempt to distance the brand from controversy and make it look less commercial. But then came issues that no rebrand or money could fix, because Ryan, he was growing up. The kids who had discovered him at 4 and 5 years old were now preteens. They'd moved on to gaming channels, to social media, and to other content that actually reflected their age. They weren't watching toy unboxings anymore, and Ryan's peers, other kids his age, weren't interested in watching a 12-year-old pretend to be excited about toys designed for 5-year-olds.
One of y'all please tell me why in the freak is Ryan World still making video? If y'all don't recognize who this dude is right here, and yes I'm saying dude, he's a grown man, I'm gonna show you something
Not a
real
grown,
quick.
he's still a child. He's 14, but
This is him back in 2018. I remember as a kid, I used to see his videos all over the place. I'm like, yo, this little kid's making a lot of money. Bro, he has 39 million subs. And back in the day, he was pulling two.
wait, was that Victoria Justice?
He's making a lot of money. Bro, he has
Nah.
39 million subs. And back in the day, he was pulling 2 billion, 1.2 billion, 400 billion, 461 million. He was Mr. Beast before Mr. Beast. I recently saw this
Oh,
video on
God.
my timeline.
Wait, did that one say 400 million? Yeah, Mr. Beast before Mr. Beast. You just never know. You never know what videos are popping off like that.
In 461 million, he was Mr. Beast before Mr. Beast. I
Shoot, PewDiePie didn't even hit those numbers. Like, that's crazy.
recently saw this video on my timeline, and in 2025 he is still making videos. So I went on a search to figure out
plays this
why
video.
he does
I
not
know
want to make videos. At
he's
least
saying
from
at
what I've
14,
heard.
but
Apparently,
not
bro,
boys.
his parents is forcing him to make videos, and you're asking why? I'm gonna show you. Lil Bro has an estimated net worth of $100 million, and this is probably not even all his money, because you know the net worth doesn't get all your money.
Comments started appearing under his
was gonna
videos.
play
His
the
voice
video.
is deeper than mine now. How is he still doing this? Former fans saying they used to be jealous of his life, and now they were grateful to
He's
be
literally
normal
40.
kids. And this continued to platforms like TikTok, where people made memes about him, which got millions of views. And here's the massive issue that Ryan's parents had created. Their entire brand, the merchandise, the partnerships, pretty much the whole channel identity, was built on a specific image, a cheerful, excitable young Ryan. But now that he's grown up, they won't let him change his content.
Okay, this is gonna sound crazy, maybe evil, I don't know, but like, so the thing is, like, I mean, you see the channel is like declining because like the kid is aging. I mean, that's just like the ebb and flow of life. I mean, things are born, they rise to a certain peak and then they start to fall. I mean, I'm not saying this kid's life is over or anything. I just mean like the viability of that channel is pretty much done. Maybe it's gonna explain that because I'm only halfway through the video, but like, why not just let it go? I mean, they made millions. Why don't they just channel that into something else? Something I don't know what their lifestyles are like. Maybe this is just the most profitable thing for them to just keep on doing what they're doing. But like, why not just branch into a different career or something? I mean, like, money shouldn't be an issue at that point. So just, I don't know, just enjoy what you got. I don't know. Or even, oh, that wasn't the crazy thought. The crazy thought was like, those people that made this kid, they made these two kids. Why not? And they look younger. I don't know if they're younger. I don't know the timelines of any of this, but I mean, crazy thought to say because having children just for the purpose of making YouTube content is kind of insane. But like, if that's where their heads are already at, why not just have another kid and then do the same thing, rinse and repeat, but with the younger kid, and just keep doing that until, and then, hey, whenever he has his own, then the grandparents come along. They're like, all right, we're gonna watch your kid for the weekend or whatever, and then you start making Ryan's Kids Toys review. I don't know, just a thought.
Or step back and explore his own interests. No, that's too big of a financial risk. They're still going to make him unbox toys at 13 years old, even though his audience doesn't want to see that anymore, and Ryan doesn't want to do that anymore.
Oh, he lost some weight. The dad lost some weight. Oh, he got rid of that goofy. See, I was going to talk about the goofy haircut earlier, but I didn't want to be rude. I was going to say he looked very Asian. Not a bad thing, just a description, but see, that's doing him wonders.
So what did they do? Well, they pushed harder. More uploads, more recycled content. They began just reposting old videos, running live streams on repeat, and chasing whatever ad revenue was still available from the shrinking audience still tuning in. They even tried new stuff such as gaming content and educational challenges to chase Ryan's older audience, but they were all flopping, pulling a fraction of the views the old content used to generate, with commenters even pointing it out and calling it very forced and cringe. By 2023, Ryan had fallen from 1st to 17th on YouTube's highest earning list, the same list he topped for 3 years running. And everyone could see it. Ryan's world was slowly falling apart, and his parents, rather
I think being top 20 is still pretty crazy. So, I mean, I don't think it's that bad. It's just ebbs and flows, like, once again.
than acknowledging that, they just kept pumping out the videos. And if there's one moment that crystallizes exactly what Ryan's life looks like behind the brand, it's his podcast appearance. Ryan is the guest. He's been brought on to talk about his life, his channel, his experiences, but watch the dynamic and it becomes deeply...
Yeah, like earlier I was gonna say this, but he's probably gonna touch on this, but it's literally like all three of them are there, but it's mostly like the dad and the mom just talking. He's just there, bro. His face is all over everything, but he's just there.
uncomfortable very quickly.
Like, Ryan, are you going to keep making YouTube videos, given your interest to be an animator and maybe go behind the camera, like as you get older?
I think I will keep going for a while, yeah.
His parents are there and they do the vast majority of the talking, and when Ryan does speak, which was very rare, he looks at them first in a way that looks like he's asking, is this okay? Am I saying the right thing? And when he's asked whether he enjoys making content, his answer is very careful, of course looking at his parents, and not long until his parents interrupt him. But as you can probably tell by the clip I just played you, what Ryan said in that interview was that the version of his life that he enjoyed is over. He doesn't enjoy playing with toys or unboxing them anymore, and he wants to do something that normal teenagers do. Go play sports, play video games, hang out with his friends, go to the movies, whatever. But publicly, he's not allowed to say that or do that. But guess what? His parents heard all of that, and what was their response? Well, they decided to make a movie. So let's go over the Ryan's World movie design.
Actually, that is Victoria Justice. What?
Well, they
Ain't no
decided
way,
to
bro.
make a movie. So let's go
Yeah, there ain't no way, my boy. She got that lemonade mouth cut. That girl. What's that girl? Lexi or some shit. That was her name, right? I'm not tweaking. This girl, she got the same cut, bro, except worse. All right, I'm hating. Let's get back to it.
over the Ryan's World movie disaster, the Titan Universe Adventure. A $10 million budget, major promotional push, with it being positioned as the brand's evolution beyond YouTube. Proof that Ryan's World could compete in mainstream entertainment. Well, long story short, it made $600,000 at the box office, losing $9.4 million.
Brought us out of Dark Titan's lair. You need us.
She has a point.
How's this for a point? I'm the big brother, I know best, and I'm in charge.
Theatre staff across multiple countries reported screenings with 0 attendees, not low, literally 0. And by the third weekend, films with essentially no marketing budget were outperforming it. The IMDb score settled at 1.8 out of 10, one of the lowest
My
ratings of the
balls fell off. Wait, what?
The
What are you
IMDb
going on about? Movie, emoji movie looked like an Oscar movie. Oh God. Really wish you could give it half a star because the movie never needed to be made.
score settled at 1.8 out of 10, one of the lowest ratings of the entire year across any film in any genre, and audiences described it as a cash grab that failed to even succeed as a cash grab. It was a YouTube quality production that had no business being projected onto cinema screens. And if you really think about it, it makes no sense.
Maybe it was a tax
Ryan's World
write-off.
is older, yet they want to make a movie about him opening toys or whatever. And then when you even take a look at the channel analytics, his views have dropped, so now you want to to make a movie with a massive budget, of course it's not going to make money if your YouTube videos aren't making money. And this movie was more than just money burnt. It removed any remaining doubt about where the brand stood. This was a public, documented, and irrefutable confirmation that Ryan's World had lost its audience completely, and that his parents were still spending money they no longer had trying to pretend otherwise. But their next move, it was even sadder, and pretty much disgusting. As Ryan began appearing less in content, probably because he was very tired, flat, and going through those normal teenage emotions we all went through, the camera shifted onto his sisters, Emma and Kate. They are 7 years old, and they became the stars of the show.
There it is, yeah. That's kind of what I was getting at earlier. With the channel just, you know, moving from the oldest kids to just moving to the younger ones. And the parents are probably, maybe they're going down to have another one to continue the content.
First alongside Ryan, and then slowly over time without him. They now have their own animation series, their own dedicated content, and their own merchandise and toys. As you can imagine, the internet's reaction was furious, because everyone recognized exactly what they were watching. Ryan had made his parents millions of dollars, and the moment he started showing signs of not being interested anymore, his parents decided to keep the machine going, and started using his sisters instead. Same playbook, same house, but just different kids. Comments flooded in saying, Ryan made you money, and they're already moving on to the next siblings.
Is it really so bad though? For the parents to move on to their next kids? I mean, again, the kid Ryan, he's like 14. I mean, he probably wants to just naturally branch off at this point. So let him do his own thing. I mean, obviously money is not everything, but you know, the kid's rich. I mean, he could do whatever he wants. And I don't see it as a huge negative. I mean, having a bunch of people like know who you are is kind of concerning, but like other than that, I don't really see the issue with the parents moving on to the younger ones.
It's sad, as it seems like this cycle of the Kaji parents using their children will never end. But there was some light at the end of the tunnel, because slowly legislators started.
Again, if that's what the parents want to do for their business, if they don't want to just move on to some other field or whatever, they want to continue this, I mean, let them. I don't really see the problem. I really don't see the problem. I don't know. If you guys disagree, let me know. Let me know what you think.
Acting. Illinois passed a kid influencer protection law in 2023, one of the first of its kind, requiring parents who profit from their children's online content to set aside a percentage of those earnings into a protected trust that the child can access when they turn 18. California followed with its own version of the legislation shortly. Washington State introduced similar protections after. And it's good that these laws were added, because it's the exact gap the Kajis exploited, and Ryan Kaji is the reason these laws now exist. His name will never appear in them, but the gap they were designed to close has his story written all over it. And the thing is, Ryan's story isn't new, it's just new in the social media world. But previously, the pattern has always stayed the same. Macaulay Culkin made his parents millions from Home Alone and spent years in legal battles trying to protect his own money. He's spoken openly as an adult about the psychological cost of childhood spent working. You could then look at the Olsen twins. They built a billion-dollar empire from early childhood, and the moment they had legal controls over their own careers, they both walked away from acting entirely and have rarely looked back. There's a lot of these stories, and they all follow the same pattern. A talented child with parents who see an opportunity to make money with insufficient protections, and then later down the line, an adult who eventually has to reckon with what their childhood actually was. Ryan is only 13. His reckoning is still coming. So now you guys might be wondering, where is Ryan now, and what is he doing? Well, the family relocated from Texas to Hawaii in 2021, with Ryan attending a private school. And from what we've seen on social media, his daily life now involves tennis, skateboarding, swimming, and a massive...
See, it looks like he's chilling. He could do anything he wants. I don't know. I think as long as there's like legal protections in place for certain things, like, you know, let them have a trust fund, they're good.
love for animation. He's officially listed as a creative director at Sunlight Entertainment, which in practice means occasional voiceover work and brief on-camera appearances when the brand needs him. And the Ryan's World channel still carries his name, the merchandise and all the toys still carry his face, but Ryan himself seems to be quietly, carefully building a life that exists outside of this social media world. He wants to do animation. He said it multiple times in interviews.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, I want to be like an animator. I think it's really fun to do because like the drawing, and then like at the end you get to see the whole thing and see what you've like worked on the whole time.
I don't know. That also might have just been the safe answer, because it's kind of like whenever, I don't know, say your parent is like a doctor or something. I mean, and they're looking at you, and someone asks you what you want to be when you grow up. You're probably going to say a doctor because your parents are doing it. But like, look what's around him. I mean, he did the toy review thing because he was a kid, but obviously his parents know he has to grow up at some point. And then what would contribute to the business that they're currently running? Another animator, an in-house animator. They could possibly, I don't know, keep the wealth in the family rather than paying outside animators. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know if it's what he actually wants to do, but let the kid have a dream, you know?
You get to see the whole thing and see what you've like worked on the whole time. And like sometimes I can see like the drafts first, and then after I can see like the full thing. And it's really cool to see how it changes over time.
Yeah, you were in the front.
He wants to create on his own a behind the camera series. And honestly, given everything he's been through, that desire makes complete sense. He spent his entire life being directed, managed, packaged, and literally sold. So it makes sense now he wants to do everything on his own. He must love the freedom, or must desire the freedom, because he's only 13. He doesn't have freedom yet. So let me know guys' thoughts of Ryan's world and his entire empire crumbling. Were his parents in the wrong, or was it right?
Well, if that's the end of the video, also here's the video I watched that by that guy. Let's see what's going on with the channel now. Actually, let's do a quick preview of, I don't know, let's click the most popular one. I don't really feel like, okay, yeah. Okay, this is the most popular one, but this is the one that was talked about. Let's just see a quick little clip of this. I mean, I feel like there's not really much we're missing out on, but I just want to know what's going on. Oh, that classic, that classic background music.
Ryan is sleeping. Let's go wake him up.
Oh yeah, this is like 2013
Ryan,
YouTube
what?
stuff.
Ryan, I have a surprise for you.
What?
Look over here.
Whoa!
What do you see?
It's a giant lightning McQueen egg!
Yeah, it is. You want to open it?
Yeah!
Let's go.
I have nostalgia for something I've never even watched before. That's crazy. It's because like you can't, I don't know, you can't just what's the word? There's no way to like replicate this like joy, because this looks like pure joy. Like honestly.
Kids, let's crack the egg.
Obviously some like minor directing went behind it. Wait, he's gonna crack the egg. You can't crack the egg.
Welcome to Ryan Toy Review.
How retarded. Hold up. Wait, no, get back to the egg, bro.
Whoa!
Yo. Oh.
Whoa, there's a big laser!
Oh, wait, I skipped too far. How did he open
Whoa,
that?
there's a big lightning!
Yeah.
crack the
Wow,
egg?
those are huge.
I skipped too far.
Kids, let's inside the egg.
Oh, okay, it was already busted. Okay. How did they even make that? Right, here I am just watching. All right. Huge egg, surprise toy. Okay, now this is crazy. Okay, maybe that's why this is number one. Probably like some tiny little. All right.
Okay, Ryan, are you ready to find the egg surprise? Ready? Go! Ooh, you found one!
Oh, am I an idiot? I thought they're gonna get the inflatable out of an egg.
Nice.
All right, I feel kind of stupid now. I don't even want to watch the rest of it. I wasn't gonna watch the rest of it regardless. Okay, let's. How many videos are on this channel? 3,000. Okay, this is gonna be a little difficult, but let's go to the mid-range area of the. I don't care. I don't really care anymore. We'll play like the latest video just to see. Is Ryan still on the? Why? Dude, he's old. How do they have this like little? Is this an old video, or like a cousin or something? Because that's a little kid. Hold up, who is this kid? There's got to be like a re-upload or something. I'm so confused. Is that the same kid? I genuinely don't know what the. Oh, the comments are off. Hate that the comments are off. You know what? Okay, let's just let it play.
I It's working.
Yeah, that's him. Okay, so this is like a re-upload from like
I think Daddy's coming home. Let's go.
a long time ago.
Okay. Daddy, I may or may not have accidentally spilled some fruit punch.
No, my laptop! Yeah! This is just a paint. You tricked me.
Welcome to Ryan's World.
I mean, obviously this isn't.
Hey guys, here's 5 ways to prank your parents. Today I'm gonna prank my dad because my mama is helping me.
Hi. That's right. You always have to ask an adult for help, right?
Yeah.
The setup.
Okay guys, so Daddy's gone for a few hours, so that means we'll have some time to set it all up. So first prank is spill juice on Daddy's laptop. First, I'm gonna use red paint.
Dog, there's no way they had a whole production team for this. I'm not trying to hate, but just like, why? What was the need? What was the reason? What is any of this? This seems like a more recent one. Okay. That's what I was trying to
This is
find.
an ad for
Oh my
Nintendo.
God. Okay, it's an ad. Okay.
This is the life.
Dad, I've been looking all over for you. What are you doing?
Oh, hey Ryan. I'm just living the dream. I got a mountain, ocean, city. Maybe one day, Ryan, you have your own island.
Yeah, sure I will.
No, I'm serious. Let me show you. Here, come here. Okay, Ryan, this is the island I'm talking about. It's called Tomodachi Life Living the Dream on Nintendo Switch system.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, guys. Alright. Alright, that's enough. That's enough. I should have cut this like way sooner. We were literally just watching an ad. But I mean that's alright, that's the life of Ryan's World. I don't know what the FBI thing was about. Unless that was just about the thing that happened from 10 years ago or something.
Guys, you won't believe how fast Ryan's parents just burned down their own empire. These two
4
people,
months
who once
ago, the
made
one
their
I
little
watched.
kid the most famous face on YouTube, are now...
Oh no, it's saying Jacksepticeye was right about Mr. Beast. No, I don't really like Jacksepticeye, so I wanted to. I was hoping for a video of those slandering Jacksepticeye. All right, but that's it for this. Cause I've been yapping for what? How long? 36 minutes. All right, yeah. Let's cut that. If you like it, like. If you dislike, whatever. All right.